guys, welcome back. This is Jana here. Today we're going to make something very different for some, and for some it means like okay, I know what you're talking about because it's so common where I'm from. And in Brazil, okra, what we're gonna make today, or lady's finger, it's a food from the countryside. I mean, you go to the big cities, you can find it, but if you go to every household in a countryside or in the small cities, in the small towns, they eat that all the time. And in India, oh, my beloved India, I love Indian food. And oh, my Indian followers, I love you guys. I have learned so much from you. And this is mainly for you. I hope I don't mess it up because I have some very large shoes to fit because you guys are awesome. But I'm gonna try my best. But what I was saying is that it's not so common on some places, but in other places it's very, very common. And then I decided to make this because 1, I love Indian food, 2, I am a little bit homesick, and 3, because we can. So I'm going to make okra with yogurt sauce. Of course it's vegan. Okay, let's get something straight. Every time I use an ingredient, gelatin, yogurt, milk, mayonnaise, it is always vegan, so I don't need to say beforehand that it's a vegan. Agree? Good. So let's get started. So a very good tip for you guys whenever you cook okra is number 1, you wash it and dry it very well before you cook it, before this way it doesn't get that slimy. And then tip number 2, fry it. That way you're gonna lock all those sticky juices inside the okra, and then they're not gonna leak out, so it's not gonna be so slimy. This is very important. And the first thing I did was I washed it, and then I pat dry it thoroughly, actually one by one. And then the second thing was that you can cut it in half. This way you preserve the seeds inside, and then I learned that after I finished. All right, and we're going to start by frying them. Vegetable oil. Under no circumstances you're going to use olive oil. Not for this dish, not for Indian food. Wait until it gets hot, and then you add the okra. And then you just stir it. Stir it a little bit because we want to make sure that all the parts are going to be golden brown. And okra is well known for taking a long time for cooking, and this is true. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna fry them for 7 to 8 minutes in a medium heat, but you control it. You can lower the heat a little bit or use a little bit of a higher flame. The important thing is that they get well cooked, so again, they don't get slimy. So now that the okra is totally done, I'm gonna set it aside. And we are going to start with the gravy, which is really simple. I have been researching the easiest way of making it. So I have a few ingredients that you might not be so familiar with, but in a supermarket you can find it, or online if you really can find it. But I'm gonna list it below where you can buy online, but most likely you're gonna find it in supermarkets. All right. You can use the other pan, but I decided to use another frying pan. Vegetable oil. The flame can be so high because we're gonna add the spices now, and they're very delicate. They burn very easily, so careful with that. We're going to start with cumin seeds. Then we're gonna add mustard seeds, asafetida, just a tiny bit, because this is really, really strong. For you to ruin your food when you use asafetida or asafetida, it's like really easy, so be careful with that. Fenugreek seeds, this is very good for your health. Some curry leaves. If you can find fresh curry leaves, it took me a year and a half living here in Gran Canaria, here in Spain. It took me a year and a half to find it. I tried to buy the seeds and then plant it, didn't work. And then I bought them dry. You can use the dry ones. And then last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember very well, I found, oops, I found the fresh ones, and that was like, oh my God. Careful, I'm talking, but I know I am looking at what I'm doing. They are bubbling, but they're not popping yet. And now we're going to make sure that they're gonna pop, but they're not gonna burn. Garlic and ginger puree. As soon as you can smell the aromatics, then you can add the gram flour. Gram flour is a cousin of a chickpea flour. It's a different kind of chickpea, and it's roasted. It tastes really good when it's roasted. If you can't find gram flour, you can, by all means, yes, you can use a chickpea flour. And mix it thoroughly. Careful, because we don't want the gram flour to burn. We're making a roux here. We're encouraging a Maillard reaction, which is to make your food once you fry it or saute it. You're encouraging the Maillard by making it golden brown. This way you're extracting the best flavors of your food. Roux is the combination of flour and an oil. It's the base of some of the French sauces. All right, now that the roux is ready, we're going to add the yogurt. If you want to know how I made this yogurt out of with coconut milk and vegan probiotics. If you want to know how I made it, just ask me on the comments and I can make a video of that. It's very easy. It smells really different. It smells very, I wish you could smell it, because it's very curious. It's very different. Although it's Indian, it doesn't smell like Indian food, at least to me, because I'm so used to curries and masalas, and this smells so different. I was dying to make this for you because it's also my first time. I'm salivating. It's my first time eating and making okra Indian style. A tip for you guys, although I know it doesn't work that well, before adding the yogurt, lower or turn off the heat completely so the yogurt won't break. I wish it was true, it's not, but we can try. The other job of the gram flour here is to thicken the sauce, the gravy, I should say. And now we're going to add the rest of the spices. We're going to add turmeric, salt, cumin powder, chili powder, and a little garam masala. You can add the garam masala at the end. I want to add it now. Mix it through. If you were lucky enough for your yogurt not to break, and if you wanted your gravy to continue this way, you turn on the heat slowly, very slowly, so it doesn't come to a boil very quickly. This way you can keep your yogurt unbroken. Unbroken? Not breaking? Oh my God. Sometimes I get so confused in English. Now that it's cooked for 2 minutes, we're going to add the okra. Very carefully, so it doesn't splash all over your face. Mix it so the okra gets the gravy all over, and then cover and let it cook for another 3 minutes. Okra is ready. It has reduced a lot. You can add some water if you want. If your yogurt is not that liquid, you can add water. Of course, by the way, this is unsweetened yogurt. Very important. Now I'm gonna plate it and I'm gonna come back to you guys and try it. Isn't this just like delicious? And I'm going to try. I let it cool a little bit because it was obviously just took it out of the stove. It was really hot. So let's try. Oh. Oh my goodness, I have never had something that round because of the yogurt. The yogurt, it round out all the flavors. It's like it kept everything in check. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. It's so simple to make. If you don't have all the ingredients, you don't have to use it all. If you don't have the fenugreek seeds, you don't need to use that. If you don't have the asafetida, you don't need to use that. If you don't have the curry leaves, you don't have to use that. You can make your own. Make it like your signature curry. Amazing. I love it. This is it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. And don't forget to hit the bell, because this way you get notified of all the videos that I will be posting. Share this video, because I think that this is a very easy and very nice recipe. And my Indian friends, this was for you as well, because I am so overwhelmed. I am so not overwhelmed, but I am so like amazed by all those amazing recipes that you guys post, and I'm like, okay, I gotta give this a try. And but I already made chana masala. Click there if you want to know how I made. But this is so delicious. Thank you for inspiring me, and have you guys a wonderful week. See you next time. Bye bye.